Hey everyone, it's October 12th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with Romanian serial killer Ion Rîmaru, known as the Vampire of Bucharest, who murdered and cannibalized 4 victims in the early 1970s, and that is him right over there. Rîmaru was born in 1946, the oldest of 3 boys born to his parents. His parents often fought, and after beating his mother, his father left the marriage, leaving her to raise the boys on her own. Rîmaru was a poor student and was frequently in trouble at school, even causing a small scandal in his town when he dated the daughter of one of his teachers, and as a young man spent a brief time behind bars for theft. It's doubtful that having his father around would have made things any better, since when his father died years later in 1972, it was learned that he was a serial killer, having killed 4 victims in 1944, beating them with blunt objects. No one could have known that his son would follow in his footsteps, but that's exactly what happened. In 1966, Rîmaru entered veterinary school, but had to repeat his second year of study as his professors described him as only semi-literate. Finding him difficult to be around, his roommates at school avoided him, and he had anger issues that he dealt with through self-mutilation, stabbing himself with needles when he was upset. Rîmaru also had an uncontrollable sex drive and would sometimes go without sleep for days at a time. Doctors diagnosed him with a mental disorder in 1967, but it seems this went untreated. In 1970, Bucharest suffered from a string of sexual assaults and murders occurring, with some victims turning up having been bludgeoned or stabbed to death. The victims were largely waitresses returning home from work, and all took place during inclement weather. Women began to stay home at night rather than risk being out, and the government of Nicolae Ceausescu's Romania wasn't forthcoming with details about what had happened to the victims, leading to wild rumors circulating. The truth was that it was Rîmaru preying on vulnerable women, and if he wasn't careless, he likely would have continued killing well past his 4th victim. He was only caught because he saw a doctor and was diagnosed with periodic epilepsy, and when he killed his 4th victim, the doctor's note was found beneath the body. Despite being soaked with blood and water from rain, it was legible enough to lead the authorities to him. When Rîmaru was arrested in his dorm room, he was found with an axe and a knife, and tests of his teeth matched bite marks found on victims. In addition to sexually assaulting and beating his victims with a hammer and axe before committing acts of necrophilia, he also stabbed one 48 times and bit off her genitalia, and sucked the blood of another after stabbing her, leading to his nickname. In all, he committed at least 4 murders, 5 sexual assaults, and 8 attempted murders, along with a handful of thefts. Rîmaru was convicted in 1971 and sentenced to death by firing squad. He seemed shocked at the verdict, thinking that his insanity defense would have been successful. There are reports that he had reconciled with his father and that the patriarch helped him get away with his crimes by washing his bloody clothes, but I haven't found any contemporary reports of their relationship. In October of 1971, he was shot to death by 3 officers after refusing to give a last statement or final wish. While the men prepared to shoot, he yelled, "Call my father so he can see what's happening to me. Make him come. He's the only guilty one." Rîmaru's MO was very similar to that of his father in 1944, but no reasonable person believes that his father committed the murders in 1970. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Ion Rîmaru, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.